Hello students, let us go to the next video lecture of web technology and its application subject. This is the course overview and outcomes. Yeah, I was talking about the attributes of image tag in the last class. That SRC and alt are the two major mandatory attributes which we should use with the image tag. Apart from this, it is also having title, width and height in order to specify the respective values, but as I said, it is mandatory to mention SRC and alt which are required to display the image. Right, let us see the next element, that is next tag in HTML, that is list. So there are three types of list supported by HTML, mainly unordered list, ordered list and definition list. So the unordered list, there is no importance for the collection of items, and they are defaultly rendered by the browser as a bulleted list, whereas in ordered list they are numbered by default. And again we have various ways to change that numbering style and bulleting style also, which are familiar to you. And there is one more special kind of list that we oftenly see here is a definition list. It is used in order to make a list where we have to specify what way it has to be numbered, and in what way it has to show the elements. For example, say I want to make a list of say abbreviations and their log form. So abbreviation I want to take as a numbering style, and which is displayed just little above, and the long form of that as a item for that is the content of that particular list. So you have to specify both of them here explicitly. In that case we are making use of a definition list. So in order to make it more clear, let us look into the example of unordered and ordered list. So you can observe here, in order to specify the unordered list, that is a bulleted list, we are using a block tag UL that indicates that unordered list, as you can guess, right? And the output of this you can observe here. Say in order to, usually what we do is in programming languages we write the program and then we predict the output, whereas in web designing we should think of how our output should be and then we should start writing our program, right? So here what you can observe in the output, I have to display a list containing 4 items. So I should use it is a bulleted list, so I should use UL tag for this. Okay, inside that, in order to specify the different elements in the different items in the list, we need to use one more tag, that is inline tag inside the outer block tag UL, that is nothing but LI. So you can observe the appearance of LI tag as many times as that of the number of elements in your list. So here you have 4 elements, so you have used LI 4 times in pair, right? And just leave about the first element. Let us see about how to specify these remaining 3 elements. The way it has specified is LI, the content of the list that you would like to display, that is about us, and the closing tag of LI. Similarly, to specify the next item, we have opened a LI element, specified the item name and then closed the LI tag. Similarly, we did it for contact us also. There is a slight difference in the remaining 3 elements and the home element of this particular list. What is the difference? The appearance is different, isn't it? So this home is a clickable element, right? I have a provision to click on that and reach to a particular location to which it is linked. So already we have studied how to create a link, right? The linking text itself is listed here as a part of the list. So what we should do is, in order to specify that, we are using the anchor tag as a content of LI. Instead of the text home, what I have done is we have used this anchor tag. You know that mandatory attribute used with anchor tag is href. The value for that is the location of the file to which it has to be linked. Okay, then anchor tag right angle bracket is closed now. Then the linking text home is written here. First, yesterday we are discussing about nested elements. So which element is nested under which element? I mean to say here is element is nothing but a tag. So anchor tag is nested inside li tag, outer tag is li. So inner element must be closed first. So inner one is anchor, that is a tag, that is closed first, and then we are closing the li tag, correct? So this is how the output looks like. Okay, so similarly on the right hand side we have what, an example for ordered list. First let us look on to the output. Okay, so for timing just consider first three elements in the list, that is introduction, background and my solution. How to do this? So as you can guess, instead of UL we are using OL, ordered list. So I have to use LI 3 times. If the list ends here itself, we could have closed OL here itself and the what work is finished. But here you can observe, in my solution you are creating one more sub list. Okay, so whenever you are creating one more sub list, here what you should do is OL has to be placed again. Again this list is containing 3 elements. So you have included LI 3 times, closed the inner OL, then you have closed the my solution LI. Okay, my solution is one of the listing item that is closed after this, and then you are left out with one more element, outer list, that is the conclusion which is included here. Then you have closed the ordered list. I hope by looking at the output and the code you are able to understand it very well. If you have any doubts, you can just question me in the interactive class or through the WhatsApp or Google Classroom. Well, so this is about lists. We'll see about definition list later. Let me go to the next concept here, that is character entities. So what is the use of character entities, or what is their role? Whenever you want to insert special characters as a part of the web page content, then we are using character entities. So what is the reason? Certain symbols are not available in your keyboard, that's why we are supposed to use these character entities to indicate. For example, say I would like to specify today's temperature, say something like 30 degrees Celsius, where we are writing 0 in small case, C we are writing, that symbol we don't have on our keyboard, right? What else we can do is we can just take 0 little bit smaller size, O smaller size. There is a lots of effort to be taken. Rather than that, markup languages are providing us a way to specify them. Apart from that, certain syntactic part of things itself we would like to use as a part of the web page content. Say I would like to talk something regarding a relational operator inside my web page, okay, where I am talking about less than and greater than symbol. I need to specify it as a part of the web page. But what browser interprets, whenever the less than and greater than symbol comes, it treats it as a tag name, isn't it? The tag names we are enclosing within these angle brackets, no, less than greater than symbol, no. So it will create an ambiguity and simply ignores the data that you are writing within these less than and greater than symbol. So whenever you have to use it as a part of the web page, they should be treated like a special characters. Like say if you want to include less than symbol, then you have to type it like and lt semicolon. This will be replaced with the less than symbol. Similarly, we have and gt semicolon for greater than symbol. And here NBSP is there. NBSP is standing for non-breaking white space. That is indicating a white space that you are typing from a keyboard, equivalent to space, right? Then we will see the HTML semantic elements in the next class, right? So